7 daring professors hopping a plane to Allied-occupied Germany in the fall of 1949, armed only with satchels of books, a legacy founded on serving those who serve us.
After the end of World War II, the U.S. military came to universities in the United States and asked who might be willing to go overseas and educate the military members over there, service members in Europe.
UMGC was the only school that said, we'll go do that. And since that time, we've been working very hard to come about ways for teaching students wherever they may be, meeting them where they are, both literally and geographically.
The European Division created the concept of teaching soldiers on overseas military bases. That had never happened before. They didn't know what to expect. They were overwhelmed with students interested in taking classes.
And so you received an unusual sense of satisfaction because you felt you were doing something that without your presence, life would have been very different at that base.
We go where they go, and we are the only university who has been there in peace and war.
UMGC Europe, we are across 50+ sites in 18 different countries throughout Europe, the Middle East, and North Africa to see our students, our staff, and our faculty together and just going through this shared experiences. When there's a shelter in place, they're together and they're going into the bunkers and they're just being able to be with each other and make sure they're comforting each other.
It's a sense of home, a sense of, let's say, normalcy. If they were in the US, right, they can attend a university, a community college. Here, it's a little bit more difficult, so we can bring education to them in various modalities that work for them, whether it's face-to-face, hybrid, online, virtual.
You know, I love the students we serve, but I really am endeared to our staff and faculty, because when I travel around the world and I see where they serve and, you know, who they serve, and it just warms your heart that we have people that are willing to go to these places.
No matter where it is, no matter how cold or hot, whether it's an ice storm or a sandstorm, whether it's a battle zone or the middle of a cosmopolitan city, what we have learned to do is do what many people talk about but never really quite do, and that's meet students where they are.
You realize you are part of the history, and it's an important history, and you're still in the middle of the history, creating it for the future.
It is being part of this unbroken chain of educators, from connecting with those first 7 faculty that joined in 1949. If you think about it, pretty much every night of the week for the last 75 years, we've had faculty in classrooms all over Europe, downrange, and being part of hopefully being here for the next 75 years.
One of the most inspiring things over here in UMGC Europe is just our ability to adapt as quickly as the military. So we know that our students, they need to react very quickly if they're going to be forward deployed or maybe might need to go on a mission, or they just have family and life events that happen. So we're always working with our students to make sure that they are taken care of regardless of where they are.
We have to be innovative. So our team was developing live streaming, virtual courses, student kiosks. Now we're using Starlink satellite internet, and the innovations continue.
And our field studies program is doing great. We were in Rome, we're in Florence, we're going to Paris in the spring, Madrid, and hopefully get this Prague field study off the ground.
We're going to continue to get better at what I think is really at the core of UMGC, appreciating the different types of environments in which learning happens.
Inspiring students, empowering dreams, transforming lives, one student at a time. That's not an aspiration for us. That's kind of a description of our day-to-day job.
I'm a Marine Corps veteran. I was a sergeant for 6 years. And as a veteran, UMGC Europe has helped me tremendously from when I started as active duty, using the GI Bill while I was in and the tuition assistance.
I'm a civilian. My husband and I are stationed here at Ramstein Air Force Base. What I attribute to obtaining my associate's degree is God, number one, family, friends, and the amazing staff at the Ramstein University of Maryland Global Campus office.
Currently, I'm serving overseas. A challenge I face is that 2 years into my degree, I moved from Maryland to Ramstein, Germany, and the faculty here was very helpful in helping me succeed to graduate with my peers despite moving 4,000 miles away from home.
75 years is only the beginning.
We are so proud of you in Europe. Keep up the great work.
Happy 75th!
Happy 75th anniversary.
Happy 75th!
Happy 75th!
Happy 75th, UMGC.
From UMGC Asia, happy 75th anniversary!
Happy 75th, UMGC Europe!
Happy 75th anniversary!
And cheers to many more years to come.